What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the CCV reroute, also known as the CCV mod for the 7.3 Powerstrokes. What CCV stands for is crankcase ventilation, and what that does is basically allows all of your crankcase pressure to escape your engine. And the reason they put this hose on here to vent that gas out is because that pressure is going to keep building up inside the crankcase, and if it has nowhere to go, it's eventually just going to blow out whatever the weakest gasket is, whether it's a rear main seal, oil pan gasket, dipstick tube adapter, anything like that. Whatever's the weakest point, that pressure's got to find somewhere to go and it will break it. Now, for starters, I'm going to answer the question in case some of you don't know. What is blowby? Blowby is a mix of air and fuel that escapes past your piston rings in your engine and goes down into the crankcase, causing it to have an excess of pressure. Now, this is completely normal, and even a brand new healthy engine will do this, but as the engine wears out more and you get more wear on those rings, the amount of blow-by pressure you're going to have is going to get more and more. But it's not something you usually need to worry about as much as people think. Like, a lot of people will worry about how much smoke is coming out of it or how much pressure, unless the engine's completely whooped, and you'd probably be able to tell just by driving it because of the lack of power. The amount of blow-by you have is not concerning. Now, what is concerning is where that blow-by goes. So I'm going to show you guys my setup. So from the factory, all that pressure that comes out of your crankcase will basically run up the engine until it hits the valve cover here. And when it goes into that valve cover, there's that small little piece of hose, that 90 bend right there, will hook right into the factory intake piece where it's sucked into the turbo and burned that way. Now, that's how it's done from the factory, but I don't like that, as I'll explain why momentarily. So that's why I've gone ahead and done the CCV reroute. And the way I did that is very simple. So you can see there's two screws, one of them's kind of covered up, but that little piece right there, the doghouse on my valve cover, wow, it's really having a hard time focusing. That piece right there, you undo those screws and flip it backwards. Then right there where those two radiator hose clamps are is a 3/4 inch barbed fitting that hooks into 3/4 inch heater hose that I bought at Lowe's. I got 5 feet of it to do this, and I run it straight up and over my brake booster, and then it comes down underneath the truck right here to the frame rail next to this leaf spring, where it's held onto that leaf spring shackle by a zip tie, and it holds it right there. When this mix of fuel and air is coming up through the engine, it's going to pick up any residual oil, mostly airborne oil mist from everything in the engine moving, kicking up all that oil. There's going to be a little mist, and it carries that with it up in through the valve cover and then into your intake. And the main problems with that are going to be, first of all these rubber boots on your intake here into the turbo for your intercooler piping. That oil that's in that gas mixture is going to degrade that rubber, causing them to get brittle and eventually leak, as well as that vapor is lubricating it up. So if you have high boosts, like if you install a larger turbo, bigger tunes, whatever, it's going to make it much more likely to blow off an intercooler boot because it's lubed up and ready to slide right off. So that's the first thing I don't like. The second thing I don't like is that it's going to clog up your turbo, which is the big one to me. Some guys I've read online before in the past will think that that vapor is going to lubricate the turbo. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Facebook about this mod, which is why I decided to make this video and share my opinion. But I've seen a lot of guys say that they wouldn't do the CCV reroute because it's stupid, because it'll take away the lubrication for the turbo. That's 100% not true. The turbo wheel itself does not get lubricated. The only thing that gets lubricated is the bearings. And if I climb up here, you can see right here, that's your turbo pedestal. And the oil is going in that, and right in the middle of the turbo, there's a gasket where, an O-ring, where it seals it, and that's where the oil goes right into your turbo to lubricate that bearing. You do not need lubricant on the blade themselves. The blade doesn't touch anything, it sits in there. The bearing, however, does, and this does not have anything to do with that. So that's just a common misconception. But what it does do is gets oil on your blades, which will make any dirt stick to it. If you've ever seen, you know, you're working on something underneath your engine, there's all that gunk on it where it's an oil leak or you spilled it or whatever. However it got there, there's oil on your engine and all the dirt sticks to it and makes that nasty gunk. That's essentially what's going to happen in your turbo. And of course, you know, hopefully your air filter is doing its job at keeping most, if not all, of that dust out. But at some point, a little bit of dirt and dust will make it in there, and you wouldn't want it gumming anything like that up because the turbos can be a little expensive to replace. In addition to that, it will do the exact same thing to your intercooler itself. It's going to plug that up with oil residue first of all, which is going to make the heat transfer worse. And then if dirt sticks into it, it's going to plug it up even more, which will eventually cause higher EGTs, lower boost, etc. due to that being plugged up. So those are my reasons why I run it, as well as showing you guys how I was able to set it up DIY. You can purchase aftermarket kits online for these that are plug and play, but it's so much cheaper to just go to Lowe's and grab the parts, and it's so simple that I don't really see a need to buy an official kit. Now, talking about reasons people don't like the CCV mod and why it's so controversial, the first one I'm going to start with, because I actually partially do agree with it, is going to be the smell, especially on a hot summer day. All that vapor has a pretty strong smell to it, and it's not very pleasant. And especially if you're sitting at a red light or you're in a drive-through for a long period of time with the windows down, it really stinks pretty bad, and you can actually see the haze. And the second concern I've seen a lot online, which is one that I didn't even think about when I did this mod 2 years ago, and that's partially because it's very unlikely to happen. I don't really know how or why it would, but people worry about that hose getting plugged up, or mainly they worry about it being kinked. You know, if you had it routed funny, you could see the way mine is. I mean, all the bends are very gradual, and there's nothing to pinch it. But I suppose if you routed it differently than mine, maybe it would be a higher risk. But if that hose were to get pinched, is what they're worried about, the compression gas would have nowhere to go, causing you to blow out oil seals and have leaks, which I guess is a valid concern. That wouldn't be good, but I personally just don't see that ever actually happening. Nonetheless, it is something people worry about. The next big reason people don't like this, and this is the most complicated answer, is because they think that it being routed into the intake is going to have the turbo help pull that vapor out of the crankcase. I personally don't think this is needed, and I'll get into that in a second. The reason they say that, I'm pretty sure, is because that's how gas engines do it with the PCV valve. In the context of a diesel, though, I don't really see why that would be needed, because you don't necessarily need that vapor removed. You know, it's not like it's bad and needs to be sucked out right now. It can gradually flow out. You just need to have somewhere for that gas to go so you don't end up blowing out one of your oil seals somewhere and causing a massive leak. People, though, will say that they need that turbo to suck it out because they're probably more used to the gas engines with the PCV valve, which uses vacuum to pull the vapors out. And in a gas engine, it's a lot different because there's, first of all, a lot less compression than a diesel, so that vapor is not going to flow out as easily on a gas engine as it would a diesel, because it doesn't have as much pressure from the compression pushing it out. So it's going to be harder to get out on a gas engine, so that's why they had to do that. And the biggest thing is fuel dilution, which I know that sounds like a big scary thing at first. It's not as severe as you would think, though. Technically, if that vapor, some of it, were to stay in the engine, it will work its way down into the oil pan and slightly dilute the fuel. Now, the amount that it will do this is very, very minimal, especially on a diesel, and especially if you don't have excessive blow-by from an engine that's already tired anyway. And that's because on a gas engine, you know, the gasoline is a solvent. If you've ever tried to wipe spray paint off of something, and gasoline on a rag will take it right off, or it'll eat off the paint on something if it's not applied correctly before, that's because it's a solvent, and that means it's going to strip off any lubricating properties off metal surfaces in the engine that it touches. Like I say, very small amounts here, but it still is happening. On a diesel, it's a different story though, because the diesel fuel, if you've ever felt it with your hand, it's very oil-like. Some people will call it fuel oil, and it's actually a lubricant, like in the newer 6.7s with the CP4s. It actually lubricates the pump, and obviously everyone knows those don't last, but that's besides the point. They still last a couple 100,000 miles usually. That fuel is a lubricant, so it being in your engine is a whole lot less of a big deal than it would be on a gas engine. And the final reason people don't like it, which luckily in the 2.5 years-ish that I've had it on my truck, I have not ran into this problem. And I had it on my old 6.7 for about 3.5 years with no problems, other than I definitely had the vapor smell on the 6.7. I honestly think it smelled and smoked worse than this truck. Like I said, not excessive blow-by, not anything to be afraid of. Just there is, you know, the vapor and the smell there that you're definitely going to notice, so it's worth mentioning. The final reason though that people don't like this is going to be the oil drips. Like I said, luckily I have not had this, but I know a lot of people have, where that oil will build up in that tube. And of course this part is actually inevitable. I'll go underneath the truck and show you. With time, there's 100% chance that you will get, I power washed it recently so it might not look that bad, but you will get oil residue on here at some point. The more you drive it, it's just inevitable, which some people might not like that oil residue on their frame. I don't really care. I call it free rust proofing. That vapor on the frame doesn't mean anything to me. Like I said, it's inevitable, but in some cases you will have that oil, if it's, you know, got enough pressure behind it, will make small oil drips in your driveway, which now you basically have, you know, an oil leak. And there's ways to get around that. I've seen some guys that will get a catch can on there to hold some of it in, and I've heard a lot of people say that it'll keep everything in, and I've heard other people say that the catch can didn't work and it still drips sometimes. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you have, you know, more crankcase pressure than normal, or, you know, you have a 300,000+ mile engine that hasn't been touched. Chances are you're going to have that leak, and mine being at 112,000 just hasn't had it yet. So anyway, I'd say that sums up this video. That's how I run the CCV reroute on my truck, as well as why I do it and why it's so controversial and not everyone wants to do it. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments, what do you think about this mod? Do you run it on your truck? Do you think it's stupid? Do you think it's beneficial? Let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.